and welcome to yet another video on my channel. I am back in my room. I have finished house sitting and I have another book review for you today. Today I will be reviewing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. If you would like to see my review of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, I will leave the link for that down below. And obviously this is the second book of Harry Potter. So in this book, obviously we get to go back to Hogwarts again and it feels so good! Something that is really different about this book is that Harry gets to spend a whole month before he goes to Hogwarts with the Weasleys. So it's kind of cool because we get to be on this journey with Harry as he's experiencing a real wizarding functional family for the first time, and it's just so wonderful to kind of experience that with Harry, to have him be kind of accepted into being a part of the Weasley family. It's just so wonderful. I just really love the second book. I feel like we finally get to enjoy a lot of things that have been explained to us in the first one, and we finally get to embrace it and enjoy it. So Harry ends up going and staying with the Weasleys for a month, which isn't touched on in the movie, and the best part in that, one of the best parts, there are a few really good parts from all of that, is first of all is the de-gnoming process when they're asked to de-gnome the Weasley's yard, and basically you're painted this picture of all these gnomes, and they end up having to kick them out and throw them out of the Weasley's garden, and it's just kind of this hilarious experience. But I forgot that happened in the book because obviously it doesn't happen in the movie. Harry has been missing out on all of these experiences between because he hasn't been receiving his letters from Hogwarts and all of that stuff, and it's all because of Dobby the elf. And I feel like Dobby is brought in as such a he's so annoying, but something about the way he's written in this book is just, he's so lovable. And so he's been interfering with Harry's letters, so he hasn't been getting any letters from Ron or Hermione all of the summer and all of that kind of stuff. We go to Diagon Alley and they use Floop out for the first time, and Harry stuffs it up and says diagonally, ends up in Nocturne Alley, and it's this shady kind of experience. And Nocturne Alley is a total setup and foreshadowing for the rest of the books, where all this other stuff happens, J.K. Rowling just setting us up for so many things. How does she do it? It's so amazing. They're about to go to platform 9 3/4 so that they can get on the Hogwarts Express to go to school, and Harry is with the Weasleys, and all of the Weasleys go through the platform, and then Ron and Harry go through the platform and the gateway is sealed. So rather than when they usually would run at this brick wall, instead of going through it, they just hit a brick wall. Naturally, they decide to take the enchanted car that Ron's family owns to get them to Hogwarts. Because it doesn't make any sense to just wait for the parents. Rather, you would go and get the enchanted car. Something I really love about the enchanted car, which isn't really touched on at all and never really explained in the movies, but later on when we see in the Goblet of Fire, where they go to the Quidditch World Cup and they go inside the tent, and it's real small on the outside and massive on the inside because Wizarding World. Car is actually like this as well, and it can fit all of the Weasleys in it, because that's not explained, but they obviously used the car at some point to get to the station. But how did they all get there? Because the car is magical. Something that I forgot is that that I remembered on this reread is that the car is enchanted, but it's kind of illegally enchanted, but it's legal because Arthur Weasley knows all these loopholes in the law to enchant things, and he has a bit of a little thing obsession with enchanting muggle items and making them I don't know, wizardy. I'm like, oh, I see what you did there. So he's like low-key kind of a rule breaker. And I would just love to know, like, I would just love to know what Arthur Weasley and Molly Weasley and all of them were like when they were like Ron and Harry's age and when they went to Hogwarts and all of that stuff. And it's like, but did they know? Did they know the Potters? Did they know them? I feel like they didn't. I feel like yeah, everyone's just missing out on really knowing what the parents are like, and we get to I just would really like to know what Arthur and Molly Weasley were like, how they met and all of that stuff. I feel like this is the same with every character ever in these stories, is that you just fall in love with all these like sub characters and you want to know what it was like for them when they were at school and all of that stuff. It's like the Marauders all over again. So obviously they get to school and there's all of this drama with basically they go one night to walk along a hallway and Harry starts hearing all these weird voices and all of this kind of stuff, and the Chamber of Secrets has been opened and there's a wild beast that nobody really knows what it is, and that the heir of Slytherin is the only one who can open the Chamber of Secrets and nobody knows who that is, and everyone thinks it's Harry. Because Harry is a Parseltongue and can speak to snakes, and that's like the Slytherin's thing, and that's what Salazar Slytherin could do, and so therefore the heir of Slytherin must be Harry because he can speak to snakes. But I didn't for some reason I didn't put it together that Tom Riddle Voldemort was the heir of, I knew he was the heir of Slytherin, but I didn't see what a big deal that was. And also that Tom Riddle was head boy, he was on top of his game, and it just kind of makes me go, whoa, he was actually an amazing student. And that whole contrast of how Tom Riddle wanted to find out who was the one doing it so that he could, school wouldn't close, and so that he could stay in the castle over the summer rather than go back to the orphanage. And there's a moment where Harry goes, oh my goodness, I actually really connect with this because Harry doesn't want to ever have to go back to live with the Dursleys every summer, and he's an orphan. And there's even a bit, I'm reading the third book now where Harry actually says, he would rather go and live in an orphanage than stay with the Dursleys. And it's just I feel like we never really give a moment of a heartbreak for Tom Riddle as a young person and what he would have had to go through, and the kind of almost adversity that he had to overcome. And yet he was head boy, he was actually an amazing person. He was obviously ridiculously powerful, ridiculously intelligent and all of that stuff, but it was almost it wasn't enough for him, and he was always kind of trying to oh geez, my hair is tickling me, and it's he was always trying to prove himself for people and things like that. And he actually says that he felt like Dumbledore never really liked him, and it's just kind of sad. I wonder if a few more people had maybe come alongside Tom and showing him some love and respect and mentored him or something, then maybe he wouldn't have turned out this way. I don't know. People bored bad, or is it something that they turn into? That's the argument, people. I really loved this story and I loved rereading it, and it just brought back so many good feelings within my heart. And I'm now reading the third one, and I've so enjoyed doing this Harry Potter reread. And I talked to my friends about it, and I feel Harry Potter is not only the greatest book series ever, but it is the most it's the most known, it's the most, I can't think of anyone who doesn't know about Harry Potter, who hasn't read it or or hasn't like seen the movies at least, and the movies and the books are so close that you can still talk about the books with people who haven't read them, and they can like meet you there and like understand it. And I have a few friends who I play hockey with, and we just talk about Harry Potter like while we're training on a Thursday night and stuff. We'll just talk about Harry Potter sometimes, and I have to say that this whole reread has motivated me. It's motivated me to change my ringtone to the Harry Potter theme song, and I regret nothing. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars Goodreads rating. Please let me know what you think of Harry Potter, if you're doing a reread of all of the books this year, or maybe if you've never read them. And I will see you guys in my next video.